ratings, guys. So this is based off of 8 values, but it's different in this 216 questions. And there's another one after that. Holy shit. Okay, well we'll do this one first, then there's another one. So yeah, because I'm not sure all my friends got the same. I don't think all my friends are the same. So let's do 216 questions. Holy shit. Disagree. Strongly agree. Hmm. 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 There should be no police force. There should be. What does that mean, there should be? So a police force can be bad, right? I think I'm thinking of from the anarchist perspective, I would say there shouldn't be a police force. But I think there should be a police force, so I strongly disagree. Disagree? Okay, are some of these going to be the same questions? If so, that's okay, because that means we can just go through them faster. Oh my god, it's the same, isn't it? I can't remember what I wrote. What did I write last time? No, we don't need to be protected from terrorism. That was what I decided. When people have already suffered for technology to develop, we should use that technology. We'll only use it if it's good. We shouldn't use it just because people have suffered, because it's suggesting we shouldn't use it if it was caused by suffering. I don't think it matters. I think it's talking about Nazis using Nazi science research. True. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's because there's a lot of spurred take. You may say that people say that research, privately funded research, is good, but look how much for military research, what that produced. But still, you're losing a lot of people, so it's the cost of whether people would have still invented these things, just out of their own personal interest, or if, because it's not really, I don't know, because there's a lot of extra benefits, right? It's not captured in a simple capitalist free market interpretation. So I'm going to agree, though. I still strongly agree. No. No. Sorry, I'm eating Smarties. Probably shouldn't eat Smarties while I'm doing this. People should have the power to choose their leaders. I don't really think highly of people. But on the other hand, perhaps having power doesn't necessarily mean choice or necessarily mean democracy. It could just mean, revolution. Right? Is that power to choose? Maybe not. I think disagree. Fuck people. Right? It depends what country you are in, doesn't it? What does it mean necessary? I don't think militaries are ever necessary. You just not have them and then, be annexed. And that's fine. It'd be better if everyone was annexed into one country. So I'm going to just agree. Should monitor. See, I think it wouldn't be bad if the government should monitor all citizens, right? Give us all the privacy chip. But to combat terrorism, I don't think they should do it to combat terrorism, because who cares about terrorism? Terrorism is such a boring, irrelevant, unnecessary thing that's not really a problem. So I don't think they should monitor citizens. If they want to monitor citizens, to be 1984, then go ahead, but not to monitor to combat terrorism. I don't think it must decline. Don't know about must, but sure. Yeah, okay, fine. I don't think anyone's in military, so I guess not. It's a weird question, isn't it? Who thinks this? States cannot function. Well, that's a lie. Cannot function. I know it. I know that's. There are many states that do function without a strong national government. If it said states should function better, even, but that's dumb. I have to strongly disagree, even though I do. I'm in favour of centralisation. Yeah. Okay. Immigrants are net positive. Yeah. Probably most places. So let's just agree. Yeah, fine, we did this before. This is about me. I don't think authority should be unquestioned. If you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't care about. Well, I think privacy is bad, right? As a concept. Like, if I was designing a world, I wouldn't include privacy. But I think privacy exists. Then you what do you mean shouldn't? You shouldn't want to be private? Even if you have something to hide. Then you shouldn't care. See, I'm very opposed to all this government stuff, IRL. But, if I was in charge, then I would be for it. Um, hmm. If you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't care. I think I'm going to say disagree, or maybe neutral. Yeah, I'm going to be neutral. I think should. You can't be using should. What the fuck kind of question is that? Sure, I enjoy some foreign culture. Who says no to this? Yeah. Human. Wow, I capital C. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's just a way of life thing. Oh no. Often necessary. Well, my nation, no. Testing products and animals ethical. So absolutely. Okay, that's an interesting question. United Nations should have a military to enforce its resolutions. One more government. Sure, but UN peacekeepers don't have the best track record, do they? Um, because it tries to lead by consensus, doesn't it? Not by force. So we've given it a military undermine that part of it. Whereas, but you could also say that it moves it more towards a one world government. I don't know. Maybe neutral. Taxes should be increased, yeah, sure. Yeah. A national government must be strong to adequately protect. No. There's plenty of Iceland, right? Andorra, um, Greenland. I'm just trying to think of countries that don't have militaries. If I could say, yes. Excessive. The word excessive is definitionally too much. So obviously, too much government intervention must be a threat. I hate things like this. Sorry, let me tab out. Status of government is the threat to the economy. Well, I guess I agree. Military options should always be considered. Yeah, why wouldn't you consider something? I mean, what downfall is there in thinking through all of your options? A country cannot function without a national government. Well, it's probably not a country if it doesn't have a national government. Democracy is more than a decision-making process. Oh shit, we had this on before, I don't remember what I said. Yeah, I think I said I agree, sure. I don't remember. There are many issues that does not make sense to address at local level. Of course. What kind of question is that? You can't have people deciding on plugged socket types or what side of the road they drive on. You know, other sorts of things. Pressure by corporations is more of a concern than. Oh, I think we would disagree, right? Local governments address issues that the national government would never touch without them. Yes. That doesn't mean local governments are good, by the way. No business. What do you mean no business? What does that mean, no business has no business? Looking into most people's lives. What does that mean? No business. Government has no business looking into most people's lives. Personal lives. I mean, it depends what you define a not neutral. Illegal immigrants do not provide a benefit. Well, that is a disagree because often they do provide a benefit. Do not. I mean, it says do not as opposed to are usually beneficial. That's a strong. Some illegal immigrants do benefit the country. Alliances can pose a threat to a nation's sovereignty. I mean, don't know what sovereignty means. Isn't sovereignty? I mean, I guess so, in some sense of the word. It's sovereignty. I don't know what sovereignty is. There's a very nebulous concept. But if you know, a nation's ability to be independent is a sovereignty, then alliances certainly limit that. So I would say agree. Foreigners should never strongly disagree. Country must be sure to take all measures to enforce its laws. No, probably not. All measures would include murdering all of the people. So no. Yes. Police should be regulated more. I'm quite happy with police in my country. Don't care. Government must be by the people for the people. No. In order for humanity to survive, must disagree. For humanity to survive, see, I like one more governments, but that's not. I don't think we need single entity humanity to survive. Disagree. No, I don't care. I mean, maybe. No, I don't. It's not a fact. Some countries have lasted eons in war, right? And the USA is not falling apart, and it's been in constant war since its, founding. So I don't know what constant war is. No, I think you could easily have some skirmish somewhere. It's more important to retain peaceful relations and to further strength. Internet should be banned. Who's answering this as agree on the internet? It's necessary for the government to intervene in the economy to protect consumers. Necessary again, where is that word? We did this one before, I think I said agree. It's not necessary though, is it? Fine. Immigrants could never really adapt to our way of life. All humans share a common identity. People's freedom should have no limits. Equality of outcome is important. Lasting peace leads to prosperity. Not necessarily. No, I don't think that's a guarantee. A nation must obey its leader without question. Well, yes, if it's me, yes. A nation must obey its leader without question. I think it would be better. It would be different, wouldn't it? You just, if no one, you could say, tell people to do anything, do not murder, they obey, everyone obeys unquestioningly. That would be better. Must. Not must. Not must. Don't like must. Must is required. It's not definitionally a nation must, so disagree. Religion is, no. Why? No. Our culture be more mixed with more cultures. Mixed in more? I don't know. Depends on the culture, doesn't it? Only our national language is spoken in our country. Direct democracy is the best form of government. The best form of government is beneficial dictatorship. It's important to maintain the traditions of our past. Environmental regulations are what's essential mean? They're not essential. We could just let the earth die. It's not essential. Economy without any capitalism will collapse. It's certainly not the case. Only those who, I mean, just maybe definitionally, only those who serve in the military should be allowed to have influence on who is in power. No. I think say migrants at all is important to assimilate into our culture. Catering to a popular opinion is detrimental to. It depends entirely on the opinion. Traditions are important. Laws should be completely consistent within all regions of a nation. I think people, well, my solution to balkanization and ethnic conflict has always been to have laws apply only to it. You self-identify as an ethnicity, then laws will apply to you. And you can pass those laws you want to apply, but I don't think it works because people want to interfere with other people as well. Laws, I like consistency, and I do think consistency is maybe more efficient. But then we're talking about, is there a competitive advantage to have it? Okay, I'm going to say agree. Having independent nations with the risk of global conflict creates a large threat to humanity as a whole. Yeah, it does. It creates some threat, maybe not a large threat. There's a threat. I mean, nuclear war, I don't really think is going to be the end of humanity. I mean, certainly mass. Only worst case scenario would it be the end of humanity. I don't know if it's a large threat. It's a small threat in nuclear war. Okay. I agreed anyway. Should be expected? Yeah, sure. Yeah, expectations? Sure. Sure. National government protects minorities better than some local governments do. Yeah, I bet that. Yeah, than some. Yeah, sure. Or what's the national government? I don't know, but it says some local governments, so there's a lot of local governments in the league. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Too easy? I don't know what too easy. What does that mean? I guess I agree. Sure. There's no need for local or state governments. See, I may agree with this. But there is a need. There is a need for them, but I don't know if kind of like centralization. It's very different, isn't it? Having one. How would it work? You know, it would be maybe inefficient. I don't know. I'm gonna say agree. I feel like it, even if maybe it's not an ideal option. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, of course. More languages the merrier. Local government should have more power than I mean, what does that mean actually? Should speak? Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna stick with it. It's just dumb. What do you mean should? No, they shouldn't need to, what if they're deaf or mute? Actually, everyone should learn sign language. That is what I would do if I was in charge. Local government should have more power than they currently do. No, why? I believe in a higher power. What's that mean? Me? It's a good idea to test the policy in one state. Yeah, of course, it's a good idea. Yeah, sure. A group of states without a strong national is merely an alliance, not a nation. Not necessarily. It's all about American values. I hate it. Treasures are of no value on their own. Yes. Sure. Should always be tried before war is even considered. No, consider things. Don't think so. I think we said agree here. Yes. Yes. No. 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 Sure. Sure. Can't understand. What? Sure. That's a good. Except for the. That's good. That's a good question. Should. That's good. It should say like it would be better in your opinion. Instead of should, I wish it was consistent. Like it doesn't say should all the time. And even then it should define the word should. Children should be educated in religious values. No. Well, maybe. Why not? And then everything would serve one interest. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think I'm agreeing with the opposite one too. Yeah, definitely. No. Though people would do it anyway. So there's no getting around it unless you get rid of raising people, which I would also get rid of. Maybe existing. What existing alternatives are there? Is just North Korea. Yeah, so it's pretty much the only existing alternative right now. Yeah, okay, sure. The pure choice. What? My religious values should be spread as much as possible. Should be compulsory. I don't know. I kind of like that. If I was in charge, I would do that. Border protection is important. Nah. People should vote issue by issue themselves. No, people are dumb. Nobody in other countries has their best interest in mind. Nobody. Wrong. If it says nobody, it's wrong. Each person should have one vote equal to every other. Nope. Genetic modification should be used rarely, if ever. Nope. Representatives rarely represent the nation well. Maybe. We should respect those who have served in our military. Nope. State laws should have present. Nope. Very existence of the state is a threat to our liberty. Yes, kind of, but also post-apocalyptic. Are you really free? So no, disagree. Government should not break up monopolies. I like monopolies even though they're inefficient economically. But disagree. Some freedom must be given up in order to keep people safe. Some freedom. Well, yeah, the freedom to make people not safe. So, yeah. Freedom to drive on the pavement. The freedom to shoot people in the head, yes, obviously. My nation is closer to my views than most nations in the world. I do not know. That's a good question. I wonder, I'm guessing no. I don't know what nation would be more, but definitely not the current UK government. Any deals other countries, what the fuck? Leaders must be strong or a nation will suffer? I don't know, don't think so, not necessarily. Religion should be banned. Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, wait, yeah, not always. Yes, something is not always beneficial. You know, bio warfare is not necessarily beneficial. Oh wait, most nations? Wait, hold on, it said most nations. Wait. I just realized it said most. The most, yes. Disagree, leaders must disagree, religion should be banned, YOLO. Technology is not always beneficial, yes. Basic things needed to live, such as healthcare, rights. Well, if rights have to mean anything, I do think it means that. Like, things you need to live. And the elders, what the fuck? Illegal immigration should be deported. Most or all cases, I don't know, maybe. You know, you want to If it's going to mean anything that are illegal, then I don't know. General immigrants are bad for the country. No, I like that when it says in general, not always. If it says always or most, it's almost always or strong. There's no need for national government. No need. What does that mean? There's no need. There's I need, whether the need is justified or if it's worth filling is a completely separate. I don't know. Maybe. I think it's just communism. If implemented correctly, would be a good form. What does that mean? Good form of economics. I mean, maybe. Sure. States and local. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. 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 Usually, for including like historically, I'd say so, but usually, I just say disagree. Not now, anyway. Certainly not. Oh yeah. Freer the market, the freer the people. Like slaves and selling your children. No. Government should not regulate the economy at all. Definitely not. Automation overall is extremely good for society. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. I don't know. That's like optimism, isn't it? Sure. Sure. It depends. No. No. If they leaked anything bad for the government, that's bad. I mean, it might be good for the people, but I don't know whose perspective I'm going to take. I'm going to take the government's perspective or the people's perspective. But the government is the one who is making it capable to protect them. Whistleblowers of the government should not be protected by the government, because then why would you want to encourage whistleblowers? So no. I don't know. Those who do not work should die. Yeah? Lol? No. I mean, yes, everyone but me, yes. I do think, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Work. But like, if I'm in charge of a country, like, how am I benefiting that country? I'm not, so get to fuck. But then, once you've won, then you're allowed to. Once you've won you've conquered the whole world, then you don't need to work anymore, it doesn't matter. But like, it's a battle, it's like, that's how I view things. Maybe that's some insight. It's from playing Hearts of Iron. Like, there's competition, then it's important that everyone contributes. But afterwards, if there's no competition, then it doesn't matter if your country sucks, because it's the only country. So then, in that case, shouldn't I be for competition? Because that will make every country better? No, because I don't think that being competitive necessarily is good for people. But it is good for people, maybe, when there are other countries. Why? Because then you get invaded and conquered. Who cares if you get invaded and conquered? Just be invaded and conquered. I don't know. Neutral. Probably not. Should die. I don't know. Let's disagree. Sure. Yes. Sure. Disagree. Peace is preferable to war whenever possible. So, what does that mean? So, what does it mean? What the fuck? What do you mean whenever possible? For example, right now we're at peace with North Korea. Is that preferable? Because then North Korea can torture its own citizens. What about Nazi Germany? Would it be preferable to accept peace? It was certainly possible to accept peace with Nazi Germany. So, whenever possible, no. Absolute freedom makes society dangerous. Absolutely. There's no higher power, yeah. Strong states weaken a nation. I don't know, maybe. Depends on the nation and the state, I don't know. Didn't seem to hurt the USA that much. Um, like if I was in charge, I would definitely kill me, right? But as me, I don't want to be killed. So, I would understand if they did. A religious organisation often prepare assistance to the poor than the government does. Often provide? I don't know. I mean, I think. What does that mean, often? I don't know. I need numbers, stats. Maybe. But I don't. Yeah, maybe. People born to wealthy. Maybe not. Because they don't do the welfare system, right? So, probably not. But some governments suck. But our government, I mean, yeah, it does suck. So, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. No. I don't know. Maybe I always thought about that. If you just every single non-voter of the government just got sent to another country, where are you going to send them? No, if I strongly disagree. Laws should vary from area and culture to culture within a country. No. People should think of themselves as citizens of a nation rather than states. Neither. Government should be accountable to the international community. Oh shit, we had this one. Should be. What do you mean should be accountable? People should hold more loud. No. So yeah, some things I know they should. We should put effort. The only time I disagree is when I think the should or shouldn't. I kind of agree with the sentence, but then I think the word should or should not I just don't like. So like in the previous one, I disagree with the word should. So that's fine. That would also be strongly disagree. So now I also actually disagree with it. We should put effort into getting a person on Mars, and then what do you mean should? Sure, for fun. International, yes. Society could not function without leaders and followers. I don't know. Probably could function. Maybe. I don't know. Elections are a waste. Yes. War is needed to make no. Maintaining family. No. 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 People should not have protections that could hinder discovering their criminal activity. You mean like not being microchipped? I don't know. I'm okay. I don't know. I don't want to be microchipped, but if I was in charge, I would microchip everyone. People should not have protections that could hinder discovering their criminal activity. Like, what's good, basically the question is what's good for the country is not necessarily what's good for me. What am I mean? What perspective? I don't understand. I need to ask the people who write this later. People should not have protections that could hinder discovering their criminal activity. Should not have protections. I think I disagree. Government surveillance is necessary in the modern world. Nothing's necessary. It's more accepting to other cultures. We're already quite accepting. Do we need to be more accepting? I don't really think so. Do we? What do we need to be more accepting about? Like the communal nature of Japan. public shaming kind of thing, the collectivism. I don't know. I guess disagree. No. Who cares about terrorism? What does that mean, no right? Who cares if you go right? What does that mean? No, disagree. That's a funny quote. But add this. It's the worst form of government except for all other ones we tried. Except I think beneficial dictatorship was a better form, so disagree. Like Alexander the Great, for example. Or uh, King Louis the Fourth or whatever he was, domestic policy. It's a lot. There's a fucking lot about. Um, I, usually? Maybe usually. Okay with usually. Must. It's just the word must there. I don't care. Sure. More than Earth, I think. That's quite already planetist, right? No. No, not like crazy religions that are like torture everyone. Oh my goodness, okay. Moderate unitary, moderate authoritarian. See, last time I wasn't an authoritarian, I'm a globalist, I'm a pacifist. I'm a moderate pacifist, sorry, a moderate freedom, extreme equality, extreme secular, extreme progressive, and a multiculturalist. Wow. It's okay, farewell folks, thanks for watching, we're going to do another one.